Hello and welcome to another episode of the Plus 63 HP podcast review edition. I'm one of your hosts, John Clemente. Alongside with me are my bestest best friends. I will start with the man with the pink headset, CHUBAX.
Hello, it's CHUBAX. You can call me Zaddy. Welcome to our show.
No, we don't call him Zaddy, but
You
another
can.
one of our
You
bestest best
can.
friends. You can.
You
An option
can.
is Zaddy. Another one of our bestest best friends is RJ, aka Raymond.
Hey everyone, it's good to be here alongside with all of you and our special guest as well.
Thank you. And as mentioned, this week we have a very special guest, another one of our bestest best friends, all the way from the West Coast, recording very, very early in the weekend morning is Arnie.
Yep. Hi. Name's Arnie. You could call me Machete.
Why with the nicknames? Again, a bit
The
of
Gardo
housekeeping.
Versosa.
Yeah.
No, Rancor.
Rancor. If you are just tuning in, the Plus 63 HP stable of podcast has 3 shows. This show, the reviews show, comes out every Tuesday, where we deep dive and provide opinions about the latest cool streaming TV shows, as well as select series and movies that we'd like to give you more information about, so you know whether you should watch it, who you should watch it with, the context in which you should watch it as well. So hopefully we can save you a little bit of time, and you can discuss it with your friends and discuss it with us. On Wednesdays we drop our recording of our very, very first D&D playthrough with our friends. So we've always wanted to play D&D. We never knew how. Now in our middle age, we finally found a friend and relative that will DM for us, and we're enjoying that very much. Those episodes come out every Wednesday. And on Thursdays, we have a reacts show where we watch and react to the latest drops of featurettes, trailers, clips of shows and content that we are very, very hyped about to watch and experience ourselves. So hopefully you can join in any and all of our shows week on week on week. This show, if you want to join us next week, so before we dive into our content for the week, next week we are going forward more into the latest episodes of Book of Boba Fett, as well as Peacemaker. We're also going to watch the episodes 4 to 6 of the very cool Legend of Vox Machina. So if you want to join in the discussion, plan out your week, watch those shows with us, hit like, subscribe, and on the channels, and continue the discussion. Before I end, housekeeping. Thank you very much. We've reached our first milestone as a channel. We have reached more than 100 subscribers in our YouTube channel. So now we are no longer bit.ly/plus63hp. Well, that link still works, but officially, if you want to watch us on YouTube, just type in youtube.com/plus63hc, and we were there. Plus63hp, and we are there.
It's now longer.
It's now so you can also interact with us in all of our socials. We are on Instagram and on Twitter. Follow us at plus63hp. Again, if you don't want to see our faces, or if you want to listen to us while you're doing your chores, we're also on every major podcast imaginable. So just search plus63hp. We are there. We prefer Apple Podcasts, Spotify, and Amazon. We hope that we get your comments and replies, and we look forward to growing the stable, our family, our community of like-minded individuals enjoying these shows. Housekeeping done. We have a very fun stable of shows to discuss this week. We have Peacemaker, episode 5. We have the recently dropped 3 episodes of the animated series, The Legend of Vox Machina, based out of Critical Role's first campaign. Very, very excited. But before everything, we're going to start with our Disney Plus show, Book of Boba Fett, episode 5. Are you ready? Are we ready for Book of Boba Fett, episode 5, guys?
Oh, yes, we are.
Okay. So I'm going to
Bring it
start.
on.
So like every week when we discuss these shows, we're going to start with a short plot, and then we'll go through roundtable about what we thought about the episode, what we like, what we didn't like, theories, concepts, expectations about the next few episodes. And again, at the end, we'll rank that particular show. But starting with the Book of Boba Fett, episode 5, we start with a blurry silhouette of a dude in armor having that Western swagger. So very surprisingly, we start the episode with Din Djarin.
Din Djarin.
Din Djarin
Djarin.
hunting
No.
a bounty.
No fucking foreplay.
No, you start, you know what? You smack me with the face with that Beskar armor.
Just like
so
Ahsoka's episode.
100%. So he is hunting a bounty for a guy named Kaba Baez in a butcher shop in a place unknown. He goes through the butcher shop, finds the back room, talks to a person, inquires about Kaba Baez, gives the option of peacefully returning with said bounty, or so that that bounty can pay the people hiring him the money that that particular bounty owes. Things do not go as the he starts now punchy, shooting, a little bit of the spear, but no, fuck that shit. Let's
Fuck
bust out the
that
dark
shit.
saber. Let us bust out the fucking dark saber
Dark saber.
in the episode, which is amazing. It's my favorite part. So he kills a shit ton of muscle, chops in half the bounty, and then returns back. Also, and more importantly, cuts himself with a dark saber while he was fighting off the muscle of the bounty. Then he returns to the people that hired him. He used the bounty to gain some information, or trades for information about where he can find essentially the armor and the remaining
armor.
people. Yeah,
Armor.
the armor and the remaining Mandalorian people within his particular set. Finds this place in a floating city, in the underbelly of a floating city, following super cool tracks. The armor and the only other remaining person in their kind of troop of Mandalorians they catch up. They start trying to make the armor's forging station again, so he can start making additional weapons. But to start, they talk a little bit about the Din Djarin spear that was used to kind of defeat the previous owner of the Darksaber, because Beskar can stop a lightsaber. But since Beskar in Mandalorian lore should not be used as an offensive weapon, it was then kind of melted down, or it will be melted down for armor. But before that, he asks for a little gift for his little friend. Oh, we miss little Grogu. So
Grogu.
this is where the Mandalorian's next story is going to be kind of continued on by Din trying to give this gift and check up on Grogu. He's then warned that Jedi should not have any attachment, but he still wants to give that gift anyway. Prior to escaping, Din Djarin is then challenged by Paz Vizsla, because Paz Vizsla's ancestors were the ones forged the dark saber. They fight. Din wins, but during him winning, they have to kind of reinforce their credo, right? Credo meaning
This is the way.
like you've never been defeated and
Just
you've
the
never
way.
taken off your mask. But since Din, the Mandalorian, has taken off his mask, he had to admit that, yeah, and he is then excommunicated from that little sect that they have. He's given instructions that the only time that he can come back is if he cleanses himself or rebaptizes himself in the falls under the Mandalorian
The
city,
mines.
which is the mines. But it's then, so that's going to be another fun fact, another foreshadowing on what he might be able to do to cleanse himself and go back to his people. But so the funny thing, he uses a commercial freighter to go to Tatooine to meet. Okay, I got her name.
Ellie.
Pelimoto, played by Amy Sedaris. So he needed to go to Tatooine so he can get another Razor Crest, but instead Pelimoto gives him like
Something nicer.
a nicer, speedier ship from the
I don't know. I'm still torn
Phantom
about it.
Menace. Phantom Menace. We can discuss a little bit about the ship, but we go through a montage of them rebuilding said smaller, faster ship with cool new trinkets and gadgets. Din Djarin then gives it a test drive. Gets stopped by the Popo by the Republic. But he then uses the cool new Fast and the Furious NOS feature to escape them quickly. Comes back at the end of the episode. Din Djarin is then met by Fennec Shan asking for additional muscle to go up against presumably the Pike Syndicate. But before he agrees, Din Djarin says, like, I just have to meet my little friend real quick and then we'll go. That is quick and dirty plot of episode 5 of The Mandalorian.
Directed by your girl, Bryce Dallas Howard.
Directed by Bryce Dallas Howard. So,
who has improved
with the plot?
lot.
Yep. So speaking of that, I'm gonna go with CHUBAX. What do you think about the episode? Favorite storylines? Go.
Oh, I love this. Just the intro. I didn't know how much I missed Din until I saw him again, which is so weird. It's like, I don't know. I just love this dude. Everything about him, the moves. I can see now why they're trying to make Boba more honorable or respectable, because Din will just kill your ass if
he gives you an option.
Yeah,
very respectful.
Yeah, but
you say yes or no. If you know, you're dead.
He's not hesitant. He
bringing you cold.
It's for him. It's options. It's not like I prefer respect. No, it's just an option. I can, we can do this
come back
easy or hard. I don't mind. I don't fucking care. Just choose. So I love him. I love the fight scene. I love that they don't do bullshit with the Mando Creed. Like, they said the spear is an offensive thing. It's not supposed to exist. No, let's fucking melt it down. It's done. It's not like, a thread that will continue. No, this one is bad. Let's get rid of it. It's gone within a few minutes. So
correct.
So good. I'm still iffy with the helmet thing. I know it's like their creed, but it's just so unpractical to have. Like.
Yeah, and Pre Vizsla was removing his helmet, his death watch. So
it's so hard to impractical just not to have your helmet removed and then you're removed from the their sect. Like, I understand like how strict they are, but still it's something that's really hard on my part. But I love how they execute it. I love the fight scene. I don't know how the Darksaber can become heavy with each attack.
Yeah, exactly. Right. Well, I think it has a lot of power.
It's explained in Rebels.
Yeah.
It's explained in
Okay,
Rebels.
so there's background on it. But I did love that they cleared it up. Why, because the first time Bo-Katan came up in the Darksaber, everybody was like, but she got it from Sabine, no? But
a gift, a gift, not one.
But she didn't know then, so she, that's why she fucked it up. So that was good. And then the N1 and all the scenes with was it Peli?
Pelimoto, yeah.
I love it. She's funny. I love the droids, and we got BD1. Yeah. Oh my god,
BD1.
Wait, is he from the game?
Yeah, that's
no,
the
Cal Kestis
same droid, but
same
class,
model.
Same model.
Okay, I was like, it's Cal's is a BD8, right?
I think BD1 also, I think, but he had the red stripe. But either way, I hope we can see him here in the future. I mean, I think the timeline will be a little older, I think.
Yeah, and then there's the sequel for the game, so we'll see.
Oh yeah, exactly.
Yeah, so that was nice, and then the N1 was nice. The montage, I always like a good building montage. It's so good.
Yeah.
Still torn how they went for a fighter instead of a transport ship, because for his job, he doesn't even have a room there and stuff.
It's obvious that his next Razor Crest will be housing that, because again, how are you going to bring in bounties in that little tiny bounty?
No, it's gonna be cold now. All the
I
I'm
could
gonna bring
bring
you
in
in
cold.
cold. That's
Well,
all. That's it.
yeah, you know what? You're right. You can chop the head and that's it, right? Okay, cool.
It's
All
there.
right,
Yeah, just have a
great,
duffel
great.
bag and like
Dead or
a
alive,
bounty.
yeah.
Dude, not
Exactly.
even. Just put it on
Yeah.
a spike and then put it in the bag.
Yeah, exactly. And have the body
Probably
dragging
have a
outside.
luggage bag.
Yeah.
So I mean the prevailing theory is like, yeah, he'll get another ship that can house that because he can't rest.
I
How can
know.
he
Of
sleep?
course.
Where
Yeah,
is he sleeping when
yeah.
he's
Because the Razor Crest had a bathroom, they had a weapons
yeah.
locker, basically. So
Armory, yeah.
yeah,
Yeah,
but it's good for now. At least he doesn't have to check in his his guns.
and
Oh,
yeah.
yeah.
So, but yeah, and then I like the flyby. I think we went through some of the stuff that Anakin did, and I don't know if
Yeah,
how
Beggar's
accurate
Canyon. Yep.
Yeah, right.
Beggar's Canyon.
So
Yep.
that was cool. So yeah, everything I like that. Everything about that episode. Let's go to RJ.
Well, same with you guys. I love this episode. Maybe more so because it was about Mando more than Boba. Because there's more action here. He's more, I'm sorry to say, but I think he's more badass. Perhaps because of the way he approaches things. I don't know. Like
yeah,
I
his
can,
character is already developed, so you don't
I
need
know.
need exposition. Just like fuck people up.
Exactly, right? It's just I
Mhm.
can bring you in hot or I can bring you in cold. You wanted to negotiate, right? So that was it. That was his options. I like their fight scene with Paz Vizsla on
Mm-hmm.
that
Mhm.
thin
And I
training
like
hall.
they took the booster pack because if you fall, you fall.
yeah,
No coming back.
exactly. No coming back. So, but then what if you fall and you had the dark saber with you?
Oh
Then-
shit.
Oh
Yeah.
well,
So
anyway, you
he's
can
gonna
fly
grab
down
it.
and get it, right?
Oops. Time first. Time first. Time first.
All right. I like the ship. I like that it's been commissioned by the Queen of Naboo. So there's a lot of and there's a lot of flashbacks that
A
came
lot
into
of cleaning
in
up
my
of the Phantom Menace. A lot
oh
of cleaning
yeah,
of the
exactly.
prequels.
Right? That was actually pretty
Mhm.
good. I am excited, and I think in the coming episodes, I hope that the next episode is gonna be a half thing, like half Mando finishing what he has to do, and then the other half going back and finally joining the crew of Boba. Because we're at episode 5. That means we only have what, 2 more episodes
Two
left?
left.
5, 6, 7. No, no,
6, 7
6 and
left.
7.
6,
Yeah,
7,
6
two
and
more,
7.
two
6,
more
7.
episodes.
Yeah.
So 2 left. So this is better. This is, at least we're supposed to reach some Pike Syndicate killing action before this season is done.
Mhm.
Or it could, the end of the season could probably be the start of the war.
That
so that
that's
what
a
I'm
you'll
good
thinking.
kind
forward.
of
Yeah.
pacing. Yeah,
Yeah.
too. It's
Yeah,
like maybe a
right?
little
Yeah.
small
little,
boss,
yeah.
like
Build everything. to
semi
the-
boss.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like the
Unless
Correct,
the
correct.
last 2 episodes are
The
2 hours each, then yeah.
No, it's like
And then you'll have like
the first
ships
shots
like
of the war.
surrounding the
Mhm.
planet or something. Yeah. I don't know. Let's see.
Yeah.
I think that would be a good season ender. Cliffhanger as it is, but it'll make us look forward to the next next season.
Cool.
I guess. How about you, Arnie?
Arnie?
Well, as a standalone episode, let's forget it's Book of Boba Fett. Let's just say it's a
I
Mandalorian
actually
episode.
did for a moment. I was
Yeah.
like, I checked back. What am I watching?
Yeah, did I watch Mandalorian?
I know.
So in a way, just by itself as a self-contained episode, it's really good. No, not a lot of complaints. The only complaint is that it's the Book of Boba Fett. It should have been about Boba Fett. But beside the point, yeah, the way he started, just like Ahsoka when she came out in his show, just started ripping shit up basically, and then getting some lore about the dark saber and the Night of a Thousand Tears and all that stuff, Bo-Katan. I've even saw somebody read, how come he didn't ask about Boba Fett? It's like they probably don't care about Boba Fett. They probably cared about Django, but not Boba Fett. So so yeah, so the nice to see the armor again, and then Paz Vizsla, John Favreau, being Paz Vizsla again, uh, and then yeah, and it's also good that he didn't lie because technically he could have just said, "No, I didn't."
Nope. Yep.
But
Yep.
Mm.
Exactly.
but
honorable.
Mando being Mando, yeah, he just said, "Yeah, I did."
How can
And
I?
then he didn't even give an excuse. Like, "Yep, I did." He didn't say, "Well, I did it to save the young one
Yep.
to achieve my
He
goal."
understands that it really doesn't matter.
Yeah, and then the whole the living waters on the minds of I thought it was Moria, but it's Mandalore.
Uria.
So now I know maybe at least in season 3 he's gonna try to win back Mandalore so that he could redeem himself just for himself, not even caring about leading the people or getting the planet back. So that's a good. So basically, the episode is a good setup for that. And then the starship, I mean, come on. I mean, the Java stealing something from the Pikes is kind of like stealing a catalytic converter from from somebody here. It's because in San Francisco we have a huge catalytic converter crime rate wave right now, so it's just hits home. But yeah, and didn't know that Jawas are furry,
Yeah, good to know.
very furry, with lots of
Hey,
issues.
we stand interracial relationships,
Yeah.
interspecies relationships. That's good.
Exactly.
Diversify.
Yeah, and then she spoke in Java, which is like so. So that whole
Yeah, she spoke
that-
Javanese.
so
Mm.
that whole scene was just like, yes, more of that. And some people said it's over the top. Like, no. That's good. That's Star Wars, right? So, and then and then getting pulled over by Appa from Kim's Convenience again. And then apparently the other X-wing fighter was the stand-in for Luke from the season
Oh,
2.
oh,
From season
for
2.
the deep fake stuff. Yeah.
Yeah. And then the bounty was a stuntman in Obi-Wan's show. So they're basically, it seems like they're shooting all at the same time now.
Mhm.
So
Kumail
that's
Nanjiani is
good.
in Obi-Wan.
Ooh,
Oof.
I'm a big
Oof.
fan.
is he an Eternal? And then, but basically the biggest surprise for me is the Halo ring. I was waiting for Master Chief to come out, and they were like, "Is that Halo?" So, but that was a cool set design, and then that whole sequence where he was just walking all the way to the I guess the bounty leader or something like that, and then going out. It's just one long take.
I love it.
So they had to move those sets because those sets look practical sets. It's not just the volume. So so good on Bryce. I mean, yes, if
she's
they,
really getting better
yeah,
in
if
these
they
shows. What was
like,
her
I would've
episode
go-
in? Oh, her second season was good. It was the one with Bo-Katan.
with Bo-Katan,
Yeah.
and then
So
and
The
then
that was
first
good.
season
one,
was I did not like. Is the one
Yeah.
with the
That was
villagers.
Very
yeah,
divisive.
with Cara
With
Dune, yeah. So I want to go as far as giving her a trilogy. I would just go give her own show, but not a whole whole
But
trilogy.
yeah, Twitter was
True.
campaigning for her movie, giving her a movie.
Like, because a movie, there's a lot of pressure on it. Plus, I just give me more 10 episodes seasons than like a 2-hour movie. Because at least you give it time to
Yeah.
develop.
Oh, you can give me both.
Or both. I mean,
Or both, yeah.
if it's going to be like a crossover, like Boba Din, so maybe that's going to be like the War of Tatooine. It's just a movie of just combining all shows. Yeah, make it into a movie. That's fine because we already set up the characters. We already set up the the plot.
No, for
So
me,
you just
I want just a movie just standalone. Because,
Or-
like
or
you said,
standalone,
this
yeah.
one is. I think Jong hit it on the point when he said last week that it's not gonna be so much like Mandalorian, Boba Fett. It's gonna be
Yeah.
like just one big arc, and I'm
Yeah.
I'm all for it.
A group, an anthology of
Yeah,
bounties and
yeah,
missions, which
it's-
I'll be
it's
I'll be really
basically-
fine with.
And like
it's basically the MCU of Star Wars, right? They're
Mando
just
will
going to
have
be-
That's right.
Mando will have a home base in Boba. Boba will be like the family. It's gonna be like
Tatooine.
Godfather mobsters.
yeah.
I like it.
So,
Yeah, and then I don't know if you've read the rumors that they're going instead of the Gina Carano show or the New Republic, which they canceled, it's now going to be Bo-Katan. I don't know. So that's also
Even
nice.
better. I like that.
Oh,
Hey,
okay.
give me more Katie Sackhoff. That's fine.
Mhm.
No, Starbuck.
Sasha Banks.
Yeah.
Sasha Banks too.
Yeah, and even that dude with no name, sure.
Mhm.
But yeah, so basically, I mean, Oh well, another main complaint is that we didn't see the gift. What was the gift? Is it
It's the
chainmail?
season
I
three.
think
Gotta say
I
some
think it's
shit.
chainmail,
It
but
looked like little little round rings, right?
I
So it's
mean
possibly
I
that's
a
think it
chain.
was just like a Beskar ball so that she can play around with.
I would have wanted the helmet.
Because it's
That's what I
tiny.
wanted. I wanted a
a
helmet.
helmet would have been fine, but chainmail is like he will be like Frodo's mithril chainmail or something like that. So that would be
Pretty
nice.
hard.
Or bracelets.
But-
So
Yeah.
Yeah.
um,
Or
Maybe
But
whistling
it
not
would
a
be
hel-
birds.
nice. It would be nice for a helmet, like for Tempe.
yeah,
Yeah,
it'll be
yeah.
cool.
Yeah, but yeah, I
Uh,
mean, it's a really great episode of either even if you put it as Mandalorian, it's a great episode.
Oh
Now,
yeah.
yeah, the Boba Fett, yeah, like it's good. It's a good break between the stories for Boba, and then now we're going to get more muscle and all that. So
Go with the ratings and final
Yeah, well,
thoughts.
the last few points before, because like I think I mentioned this in like one of my tweets. It's the fucking best season 3 opener for Mandalorian.
yeah,
Yeah.
Um,
I saw
you
that.
know, this so for me, this is my favorite episode ever of all
Mhm.
Mandalorian Book of Boba Fett because just again as standalone episode, you get
So tight.
a lot of fight scenes. You get the story behind the fight scenes. Like
Mhm.
the first few minutes, it gets explained how Mandalorian finds his people. You get the backstory about the dark saber who built it, all the rules behind it, or what had happened with Bo-Katan and why Mandalorian got destroyed. So all of that in the first 10, 15 minutes, which is great. You get another fight scene, which is also great. You get exposition about next season's Mandalorian, which is like he needs to redeem himself, but also at the same time see Grogu again. You also have this very, very deep layer of in the same 2 minutes that the armor was telling, hey, this is our creed. Like our creed is family, togetherness, we're better together, XYZ. And then she also says, Jedi's should not have any attachment. That's why it's a bad idea for you to meet him again and give them this because they are supposed to be unattached. So you have those two dichotomy coming together. What a lot of people missed, they also said that, hey, the dark saber was made by
A Jedi.
the
Jedi
last
Mandalorian.
Mandalorian Jedi.
So Grogu,
Mhm.
Grogu.
So the idea of like, what are you stronger together? Are you stronger without attachment? And this might be like Grogu again. Might be. I think it's too easy to say like Grogu might be the next
Yeah,
both Mandalorian and Jedi, whatever. But the idea, at least, they're gonna try to
He's
get
gonna
that.
be, Grogu Mandalore the second.
Maybe again. So you
Could
get
be.
the
Can you
idea. It's
imagine
like it's
him
being
in the-
put
first
out
of
there.
his name,
In the lead of like Mandalore army, and then it's Grogu.
eater of eggs.
Tiny. So we have that all in this first 1/3 of the episode, which was freaking amazing. Then you know me, I love it. I love a montage. I love a training montage. I love a Fast and the Furious montage. So there you go. You get a montage of them building a ship. Also, again, we discussed it already. That's part of a ship. He might have additional stuff that he needs to do, which is kind of great. It's
I
just like
actually
he's
thought he was gonna come in with the what ship?
Moff
Moff
Gideon's
Gideon's ship.
light
I am-
cruiser.
Yeah.
No, I
The
think he
thing-
gave it to Bo-Katan so that peace.
Mm. But look at that. So
Probably.
you have all of that. You have that montage. But even more, what the thing that I love the most about this episode is it answers a lot of the questions that we never actually ask. Like we've always talked about. It's so dangerous, that lightsaber,
Mhm.
right? But we've never seen somebody cut themselves.
Yep.
Now we do. Right.
Mhm.
And then we always say like, all right, everybody has a ship in fucking Star Wars, but we never see how normal people travel. So he fucking flew commercial to Tatooine. So even that, and even the small touches of checking in your weapons, fucking amazing. It's like all those things that made it. That's why I'm so impressed at how the small details. What's her name? Bryce Dallas Howard was able to kind of fit in such a tight episode, even relationships between humans and Jawas,
Mhm.
right? even how to get parts. So they stole the parts. So yeah, that's fucking great. It's
You
like
don't ask, don't tell.
everything there. And then even at the end, it again clarifies what well, gives you it gives you additional questions like, wait, is how long is fucking Din Djarin gonna go to Grogu and come back
Mhm.
before he helps, right?
He has a
Is
fast ship.
that's right. So
Yeah.
he does fast ship, but it's like hi, hello, and come back. So
Yeah.
most likely he'll come in like the last few minutes of the last
Yeah.
episode too.
So some people even said that he might convince Luke or the Jedi to come in and help Boba Fett. But I don't
Maybe
know.
exactly.
I mean,
I
like
doubt that. I doubt.
right.
I'd rather
Um,
see Ahsoka or Cal Kestis instead of Luke because you can't be fake unless you get Sebastian Stan or another stand-in for Luke.
I'm thinking it's going to be like a couple of people from Bo-Katan's people that he'll bring in.
Yeah,
Possibly.
Right.
more likely he'll bring in Mandos.
Mm.
But imagine, okay, Din Djarin, Chrysanthemum,
Santin.
Fennec Shand, the Gomorian guards. I mean, the Vespa kids could be the expendable ones.
They
But
need to be.
yeah,
They
but
need to be named. I want the Gamorreans to be named. I want to
Yeah,
show the
yeah.
Gamorreans.
The Power Rangers.
The two
Yeah.
Gamorreans.
the Power Rangers. But basically, because okay, the ones that are unnamed, they could still be expendable because there's no names, right? So same thing with the kids. But you have Fennec, Dinjar. So basically, like three of the best bounty hunters at the moment, right? We don't know if Cad Bane is still alive or Bosk or the other ones. But for now, at least post Return of the Jedi, those are the best bounty hunters, basically. And then we also have the possibility of Omega coming in and Bad Batch because Fennec
Maybe.
Shed has connections with Omega. So who knows, right?
Possibly.
Yeah. So
Well, again,
Interesting.
that's just like an amazing episode that sets up.
Yeah.
So the last point, and then we'll rate and move on. This is quite possibly the best and worst thing that could ever happen to Boba Fett because it's the best because it's just a wonderful episode. Now we're so hyped for the last two episodes.
Yeah.
It's the worst because the best episode doesn't even have the fucking person in the title.
Yeah. Well, the best Doctor Who episodes are the ones without the Doctor.
Mhm.
Like
So-
Mythic Quest. Their best
Mythic
episode
Quest,
was
the, like
the side story. The past.
Yeah, like that Blink episode. The Doctor was
So,
barely there.
It's been done. That's why
Yeah.
I'm fine with it. I think it's probably even they commissioned Boba Fett to have like 6 episodes and then they just added one bonus. So like
Mhm.
Yeah.
fuck, I'll
Exactly.
take
I
it.
mean,
Because
it's
it's
7.
weird. Seven.
Is an odd
Yeah.
number of episodes to run too. So you're right. I mean,
because Hawkeye had 6, WandaVision had 6.
It's always 6 or 8. They don't go
6
7.
or 8.
it's definitely a backdoor pilot, and I
Yeah.
think again, it's the best and worst thing. It really is. Some people are now saying like that's why Boba Fett is not as strong as the Mandalorian because he doesn't have a character yet. But again, it's the first season. We're still building his world. So
Yeah, Mando had
Anyway.
a lot
Right.
of critics also on the
Oh.
first season.
Oh
the
yeah.
first season again, we need. He has 2 seasons of character built, and
Yeah.
even just the first few minutes, even his fighting style is very distinct. Right now, we
Yeah.
don't even know what Boba's fighting style is.
Yeah. And the
right?
thing is,
So-
like the criticism about Mando is like, okay, if you take away Baby Yoda, Grogu, will people still watch?
Yes.
Right?
now
I
we-
would.
Yeah.
I would still watch.
the
But
dark saber.
the very, 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 very casual fans, I'm not even gonna say Star Wars fans, are they still gonna watch
I think
without
they-
Baby Yoda?
They
right?
are.
But
All right,
so yeah,
let's-
so we're good.
let's do our ratings. I'll start with CHUBAX. What is your rating for episodes 5 of Mandalorian?
I have this high. It's 9, but there's a
Boba
caveat.
Fett.
Yeah, there's a caveat. It's 9, but all the previous episodes suffer 1 damage. They all go down now. Because it's
one,
just
one damage.
It's so
so
good.
well
Splash
made that
damage.
Splash
everything-
damage, huh? Wow.
Yeah, it's like you said, like the care they have for Mando, it's just so good with the small details. Like they took him getting the Beskar armor, so they're not like finding ways around it. He's OP in most fights because of the Beskar armor, and they're not shy about it. And then the dark saber, he has the dark saber, and there's a reason behind it, and he's getting strong. So it's just so well made. So I'm hoping that I think I heard Andy from Kind of Funny said it well. This episode is kind of a detriment to the Boba Fett series, but to the
Exactly.
overall Star Wars arc that they're making, it's a good thing.
Mhm.
So I'm
Yes.
fine with it. As long,
It's
especially
the long,
if they land the last 2 episodes, then everything is fine.
Yeah.
it's
So-
the long game. Yeah.
So I'm a 9 with that.
RJ?
It's a solid 9. I like this episode. It got me hyped for more Mandalorian, unfortunately, more than the Book of Boba Fett. But hey, maybe they're just really easing the Book of Boba Fett. Could be just this one season, and they'll jump back
Yeah.
into the Mandalorian. I think that's what's going to happen, and I'm not going to complain. That's going to be awesome.
I think also
The
they're
Mandalorians.
kind of they're because like I said in the previous reviews, the elements of Boba Fett I like. It's just not getting there wasn't as smooth as because if you look at Mando, it was slow. It was mostly about him. So in a sense, it's easier to build that because in Boba Fett you need the Vespa kids, you need the Rancor, you need Chrysanthemum. You need
It was Monster of the Week. I mean, that was like kind of the
And they're-
baseline was Monster of the Week.
They
So
were
that's
building
it.
it too fast, so it's kind of clunky. But
Mhm.
the elements are there, so it can land really good. Jong?
So Arnie, what's
Oh,
your
Arnie?
rating?
Wizard, 9.5 or maybe 10. So I mean, again, as a standalone episode, it's what Star Wars needed. It's what Star Wars wants. As for Book of Boba Fett, it didn't diminish my liking of the series because, like I said earlier in my remember when I did my trailer for the trailer review for the Book of Boba Fett, I wasn't a big Boba Fett fan to begin with
Me as
because
well.
he's just like bounty hunter, and he didn't even capture Han Solo.
Yeah,
It's Vader who did it. So
Yep.
who's this badass bounty hunter that these people are talking about, right? So for me, coming in and seeing Tamora Morrison doing episode 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, it's what I expected. And they wanted to see, we wanted to see the badass who beat up stormtroopers. Well, those are stormtroopers, people. There's not really a good bar on that one. And he's fighting what? The Pikes, assassins, Black K. I mean, it's not really, So for me, it's a good show. I mean, I've had rougher dealings with WandaVision first 2 episodes, but then again, when episode 4 came in, boom, I'm in. So for this one, I'm in for the last 2 episodes. So yeah, that's why 9.5 to 10. Yeah.
Awesome.
I am a 9.5 too. It is almost perfect. Again, the only again as a standalone episode, it could have been a 10. But again, the thing is, it's not.
Yeah.
And it's not a standalone episode, but it's also not supposed to be in this series.
Yeah. It's
So,
a minus
but I
0.5.
again, yeah, I agree with CHUBAX's point that he raised that Andy raised from Kind of Funny is like it's gonna be better for the world, and I my expectation now is I really hope that the Mandalorian is next season or season 3 of the Mandalorian becomes the Mandalorians.
You know
Right.
what? I just had a thought. Like,
Yeah.
if I was in the production company, I would have just said, "We'll do 6 episodes of Boba Fett, and then you have a Mando one shot in between. You don't need to call it Book of Boba Fett episode
Book of
5.
Boba Fett. Yeah,
Just
I mean,
put it
again, I'm
Mando,
pretty,
it would have been a lot smoother for some other people.
Yeah.
maybe.
They wanted
Not
to surprise
complaining.
people, I guess.
Not complaining. It's super good. It's just like weird to have the title character not
Yeah.
be even in one shot of a whole
Yeah.
episode.
So
But
it's
dude,
0.5
just
minus
like-
0.5 for not following directions.
Exactly. Just it's a wrong spelling.
No, but
Wrong
I have,
spelling wrong.
I have to say, dude, like Disney Plus is bringing it. I mean, how many
Oh
shows?
yeah.
Yep.
Mhm.
Like, I don't even remember us being kids having shows where you scream at the TV. Like when we saw Mando, me, the kids, even Kat were like,
I was like as soon as I turned on the episode, and luckily I did not see anything during the week.
Me
My
too.
jaw just dropped because like I figured Fennec will be talking to Mandalore. No, it's like boom, silhouette, Mandalore,
Yeah.
Din Djarin done. It's like wow, let's
Like,
go.
you thought we were just going to
Let's
do
go.
a FaceTime for Mando? No, we're going to
No,
give you a
no.
full episode of Mando.
No, perfect. Okay,
Okay,
thank you for the
let's
discussion. It
move
was a
on.
little bit long because it is one of the best episodes that we've seen in a very, very long time.
Yeah.
But along with that is we have one of our cooler episodes as well. Peacemaker episode 5, turning over the stage to Raymond, aka RJ, for the plot.
All right. So, episode 5, Monkey Dory. It starts with a depressed Peacemaker, more or less being consoled by his best friend Eagly, to the point
Eagly!
that he wanted Peacemaker to actually eat something. So he goes out and hunts, gives him a squirrel, and it's like, I appreciate it, but you eat that.
Mhm.
I mean, you just see the love that Eagly has for Peacemaker. So eventually, the team is gathered and is in a briefing about the butterflies in what seems to be a very amateur presentation deck made by John Economos. Peacemaker argues that there was, and then obviously he picks on it, which is really ridiculous, but in an awesome kind of way. If it's not, non-corporate, that's really horrible. But in that setting, I think that would have sufficed. But
Oh,
since
just
Peacemaker was pretty much, go ahead.
go. No, I just wanna
Yeah,
comment on that scene. Peacemaker was fucking well justified to be pissed at that. Because Economos not only fucked his father, but he fucked the operation up. He could have thought
yeah,
it was like
I
everybody was
still
laughing.
can't believe that, like, they are harping on, because usually that boo boo was like super stupid boo boo.
It's a big boo. And I was like, everybody's laughing at like the names that he was using. Any one of them would have been better for their mission than
correct.
the father. Like, I mean, I was like, Mert, you should be fucking shouting at Economos, not at John. He's supposed to be pissed. Oh, Chris, he's supposed to be pissed. But yeah, that's how I do. Go ahead, Jay.
No, that's true. That's true, though. I mean, I do understand your point there, and that makes a lot of sense. So that's why he was actually pretty much depressed since the end of episode 4. So he listed out number of names, even all the way until after the credits. They still
Even
had
after
they
the
still
end
had
credits.
even after the end credits. His list of names just kept going on and on over his father. Yes, I get that. Later on, Adebayo, just before the setup, Adebayo actually, tries to calm Peacemaker down, like, hey, don't pick on Economos too much. And Peacemaker basically goes like, well, I was also bullied before. How? They called me a bully. That hurt my feelings.
It was fucking best.
Oh
Oh, fuck.
man, I swear, ridiculous guy. But kidding aside, though, there's also a scene with Adebayo with her girlfriend Kia. Um,
I thought, was
something
it girlfriend or wife? Is it girlfriend? Wife?
wife. Sorry, wife. Yeah, calls her wife. So it seems like, obviously the job is kind of consuming her more than what she expected. She thought it was just do this, don't care about what's gonna happen. But I think she's starting to like each and everyone in the team. So it's getting harder and harder for her to kind of be like that double agent that she's being played out to be. So that's probably a foreshadow. Maybe she's gonna make a choice. I don't know. But eventually setting up, putting on the armor, getting on that white ice cream truckish van, heading on to Glantai. Glantai is this
Bottling
distribution
company.
of sort,
Yeah, it's a bottling
which
company.
bottling company, which they suspect to be the company in charge of bottling that weird honey-like, butter-like substance that the butterflies were eating. So they decided to split into 2 teams. Peacemaker goes out with this big shotgun, was asked not to bring a shotgun, but have something more concealed. He says, no, I'm going to do this. Vigilante goes out.
Chainsaw.
Chainsaw. And he goes, you can't do that. I can't hear you. This thing's too loud.
Fucking
I love
best.
the character. I love Vigilante. So goes out, shows off his chainsaw, but later was informed, no. Okay, fine. But goes down. So they split into 2 teams by playing rock, paper, scissors. So it's team Adebayo and Peacemaker up front in the front desk, where you have team Hardcore and Vigilante going in from the back. So the moment Adebayo
I love
and
this episode.
Peacemaker walks up to the front desk, Peacemaker hasn't even said a single word and just starts shooting the head off the receptionist, and then the guard, and then the other guard. And I was
Good shooting too, like headshots every single time. So he's killed.
Absolutely. And she's like, "What's happening?" And he goes, "They're butterflies. How do you don't even know that?" And he says, "I have my helmet has X-ray vision, so I can see the butterflies in the head." And then he shows the camera pans to the dead receptionist, and you see the
Butterfly coming out.
butterfly coming out and shoots it.
X-ray vision activate.
I just love the scene where Adebayo's like, Chris, you said you were gonna be chill. Don't I look chill?
Don't I look chill?
Don't I look chill?
Don't I look chill too?
He's just walking like bang, bang.
Calmly shooting. I'm
chill.
calmly shooting people in the face.
That's so good.
That's true. Sorry, another thing that I missed to mention. So on the way to the bottling company, Glantai, Economos kind of wins back a little bit, or is placed in a better light.
Yeah.
When he starts saying, "Hey, do you have Hanoi Rocks?"
Hanoi 11th Street.
And then Hardcore was like, "What's that?" And then Peacemaker was like, "You don't know Hanoi Rocks?" Just like the one that started all that spandex and glam rock. Exactly. So, and then Economos shows his tattoo on his forearm, 11th Street Kids. And then Vigilante was like, "What's that? Lilith
Street Kids."
11.
I got it when I saw them in Sweden when I was 14. It was like, oh.
Oh, and also I forgot
kind
the scene with his jazz impression. It kind of sounded like jazz.
Bloop, 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 bloop.
It does.
I was like, what's he doing? Oh, it does sound like jazz. Kind of has a point.
That's what I like about this series. It's just a lot of feel good, very basic jokes, but the humor touches us, and it's the action is actually pretty prime. So they all go in, start team front, team back, start Peacemaker starts shooting everyone inside, even before they come across into sight, because you can see them from behind the walls, so he knows when to shoot them. Kills everyone.
Adebayo.
And Adebayo starts. John shoots one, bam. Adebayo shoots, bam. Shoots. Adebayo also shoots the second one.
You don't have to shoot them when they're dead.
I know.
It's fucking best. Oh
At
my
least
God.
she still hasn't killed anyone. That she still holds true to that.
I think
She hasn't really killed.
She killed
The
one.
guard.
She killed the guard
Yeah.
from episode
The
3.
guard who was actually innocent.
Mhm.
Question: what happened to Judo Master?
Oh, good question. I'm assuming they just
He was shot and
sent
he's
him
still
to prison.
he's still in that room, right? Last we saw. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I'm
Still in
good
there.
good catch, because I think they just transferred him somewhere else because we never saw him again.
Okay. I just wanted.
That's true.
Wondered if I missed something.
That's true.
Okay.
No, you're right. That they didn't actually mention anything in this episode. But good catch there. So while Team Backdoor with Vigilante and Hardcore was trying to stealthily inspect what's happening, they get found out, and you've got this mob of butterfly infested humans trying to chase after them. They run into this computer room, barring the door, and you've got this entire mob of them trying to break it down with their super strength. Then Peacemaker and Adebayo comes up, catches
I
up.
love this
He
scene.
says,
I love
"Okay,
this
I'm
scene.
not hold this gun. I'm gonna use my grenade," and it looks nothing like a grenade.
No, it's
It
a
looks
grenade strapped to a
Warhead.
a rocket,
no, it's
a
like a
warhead.
tank missile or something. Yeah, something like that.
something like that. That was massive. That's not a grenade. Why did you make it that way? Because grenade probably can kill 2. This one probably more. So he does. He throws it over.
No, this is how
And
strong.
then they run.
How strong is it? I don't know. I just made it today.
You didn't give me a signal. It's like me throwing a bomb is not signal enough for you.
Exactly.
that's
I mean,
enough
come
for
on.
it? He's
If
right.
somebody throws a
So
grenade
cool.
or a bomb, shouldn't you run?
And just the line, man. Eat peace, motherfucker.
Eat birds, motherfucker.
And nothing was left actually. Everyone was vaporized. Just splatters of blood everywhere. And Adebayo goes inside the supposed computer room, and Peacemaker sees it from that little angle that she gets pulled in by something huge. She goes inside, and that's where they get to see what's the name of that? Charlie the gorilla.
Oof.
So this gorilla is infected as well with the butterfly, and starts beating everyone up. I mean, sure, they get their hits in, they get a few shots in, but being a massive butterfly controlled gorilla, super strong, super fast, gets to beat up everyone. Vigilante got a slice of it as well, but overall, still overpowered everyone. And just when he was about to end Peacemaker with that final blow, guess what? You get got a chainsaw coming up in the middle, cutting the gorilla from its midsection, and obviously dies. Blood splattered all over Peacemaker's face and uniform, and that's where he really sees Economos in a totally different light.
Iconic goat.
I know,
Iconic
Economos.
goat.
That's a better name than Diebeard, right?
Diebeard.
But I don't know if you sense this, but you've got a little jealousy going on here with that bromance with Vigilante. He was like, you know what would have been better is if he came and he said, "Hey, bro, here's a chainsaw,"
toss me the chainsaw from across the room,
and then I'll kill the gorilla. Wouldn't that be better? And Peacemaker just calls him with his teasing name. What's his name? Something to do with his genitals.
Thimble.
Thimble.
That's what we for. So yeah,
That's
good
what you
point
wear.
that he has a ESP in terms of describing people because of their penises. Is great.
Oh yeah.
Scepter.
Varicose
man.
venison.
Prince Charming because his dick looks like a scepter. That's fucking
Scepter.
amazing.
I don't know, varicose venison or something.
Yeah.
Venison. Yeah.
Venison.
Varicose venison. Because
That's
it's
so
full
good.
of veins.
That's horrible.
But after all that, everyone seemed to still enjoy. Finally, it's a job done.
And it's
But
team bonding moment.
it was a team bonding moment. So they're back in the van playing 11th Street Kids. Hardcore felt something warm. Usually she's quite cold. Takes out her phone, does this nice little snapshot of everyone having fun.
That's a good shot too.
I know. And she creates this group chat
Group
with
chat.
all of them called the 11th Street Kids and sends that photo. Everyone
didn't catch that.
That's so cute. I really love that.
Everyone
part.
everyone
Very
was super
heartwarming.
happy. That was heartwarming. And then Vigilante in his he was already serving tables by that time, replies with his mermaid
Mermaid.
emoji.
Mermaid emoji. It's both
Yeah.
happy and sad at the same time. It's like
It's
isn't that what
happy and sad and all the emotions in the middle.
That's
And then
something.
Adebayo says, then that's such a useless emoji. I know, right?
fucking greatest.
And then he invites Adebayo to his house for a drink. And she says, "You're not gonna try to sleep with me, are
Fuck
you?
me, right?
By telling me that your penis is a lesbian."
Lesbian. You have a lesbian dick. And yes, no, I'm not. But yes, it is a lesbian dick. Oh, fucking A. Oh.
He creates this drink. I thought it was something cool, but then when you listen to it, he had what was in it? There was gin, there was vermouth, there was vinegar, there was butter, yak butter.
Yak butter.
But since there's no yak butter in the area,
He didn't even
regular
like
butter.
it.
He couldn't even swallow it. He did, but he was like forcing himself to. Eventually, they ended up with beers, and that's where Leota or Adebayo was able to drop the diary that Mom was trying to.
So the
ask her
diary
to
is
drop.
supposed to frame Peacemaker for all of the things. If ever, if
No, I think the
everything fucks
diary is
up.
supposed to trigger something. I don't know because it's
Okay.
Peacemaker's diary.
Well, it's not his real diary. It's a made up diary.
Oh, it's not. Oh, okay,
Mhm.
okay, okay. Well, if he finds it, I'm pretty
Mhm.
sure it'll have something to do with that. So since she feels so sad, so bad about what she did, she calls her girlfriend, wife, Kia, rather, and says she'll talk to her in the morning. She goes to the office because she couldn't sleep. Merm was still there, and she starts playing around. Oh, she sees Peacemaker's helmet, puts it on. X-ray vision activate, and starts saying, "Whoa, this shit's cool." The moment she turns to Merm, she sees the
It's a
butterfly,
butterfly.
and Merm realizes and rushes after her. This the episode ends. They were out on the street. It's raining, and Merm above Adebayo. We don't know what's gonna happen next. Is she gonna live? Is she not gonna live? We'll find out in the next episode. Thoughts, guys?
Uh,
Start with you, John.
I enjoy this episode because there's a lot of action in it, and I like the dynamics. Just I was getting tired of the team being a little bit splintered, so I like
Yeah.
the team is starting to get together now. Harcourt is warming up. Diebeard and Peacemaker started finding something
Making
in
amends.
common. Yeah, so I kind of was like, ooh, I'm sure at the end something's gonna, I already anticipated that the Mern thing was gonna happen because things were going really, really well. So I like the episode. I like the jokes in it were. I actually enjoy the uh James Gunn writing of maybe 60% of the jokes are landing and the 40% doesn't, because it kind of feels that it is mostly improv. A lot of words.
Mhm.
The question that I have is Harcourt and Vigilante gonna fuck? Because
Or
every time
or
that
did they?
There's something. Right?
oh
Or did
oh
they?
shit.
Right?
Oh, that would be so good. That would be like a good way to kind of either kill Vigilante or kill Peacemaker. Again, I'm assuming if this is true to the vision of Suicide Squad, he might kill Peacemaker at the end,
I hope
right?
not. I want a season 2.
Yeah. So that's kind of like the only thing that I'm slightly confused with, but I'm also kind of anticipating, like, at the end of the episode when we did find out, or Adebayo found out that Mern was a butterfly. It kind of assumes that because we didn't see Adebayo get killed or get captured or whatnot, I think the butterfly is gonna talk to Adebayo to give them the actual lowdown on why they're there. So I want to figure out. I just have a few questions I want to figure out. Want to figure out why the butterfly are there, what they are, their purpose. They might just be like simple beings. They might be made by the government themselves, so that might be fun. Um, Two, and I want to figure out what's gonna happen with Harcourt and Vigilante. I hope. I mean, because Vigilante is such a best friend of of of
Peacemaker.
Peacemaker. I hope that he knows to,
Back
you
off.
know, well,
Yeah,
but also like,
I think also if they did fuck when he picked her up, he would have said something by now,
that's
knowing
true.
Vigilante,
Yeah.
so probably not. So
No,
yeah,
but I think it's going to be worse if Harcourt says like, "Hey, I like, it's like, I'm not gonna fuck you, but like, I think I like Vigilante, and Peacemaker is just gonna kill Vigilante." But that's kind of like, for me, like a cool dark story will be that. But I'm excited because now, before I wasn't too invested with Harcourt and her character, and now there's a little bit of more dynamism there, that he's seeing the team as a team. So yeah, but fun episode, great action. I love the gore. I love fucking the PowerPoint. I mean, you got me. You got me. The PowerPoint description, like, even just mocking the PowerPoint itself. So it's layers of you're making fun of the PowerPoint, but the PowerPoint itself is funny. But also, it's funny that Diebeard spent so much time in making sure that the PowerPoint was dynamic.
Correct.
So it's like so many layers of funny, and I really, really enjoyed it. How about you, Chubax? What do you think about the episode?
Oh, I'm just loving the series. It's just a joy for me. I'm unlike you. I'm not bothered by the butterflies or it's just all the interactions. It just puts a smile to my face. I mean, not all the jokes are landing, but I think that's kind of also in purpose because they just talk a lot. Not everything's gonna land. It's still funny. Their interaction. It's
Yeah.
still even if some of them are not funny, it still pushes the narrative, the characterization forward. So I'm happy. The action was really good too. All the Peacemaker stuff was extra funny. So yeah, and I love that the dynamic. They started with the dynamic. I mean, it also needed time for them to they had to fracture them first so that when they brought them together it would be more meaningful. So that shot was well earned.
Yep, yep.
The van scene after the fight. So yeah, I don't know. I'm loving it. It's one of my favorite surprise series this year.
About you, Jay, like your thoughts and the storylines that you love the most or hate the
It
most.
was really for me. It was really heartwarming. The band scene for me was, oh, that
Mhm.
was that made me do that. I was like, oh, they're now a group. That for me was quite important. The action in this particular episode for me was spot on. Peacemaker didn't get his ass whooped like in others.
Yeah.
Well, aside from
Not
the
usually.
gorilla, you know, but the gorilla was kind of super strong anyway. But most of the time, he'd either fail, he'd flinch, here he was just, I came to do a job and I did it.
Full on killer mode.
No hesitation. Exactly. Very optimal. So I like this episode. Are we gonna do the
Let's do
rating?
the ratings. Let's start with you, Chubax.
I'm sticking with I've been consistent with this, so it's still a 9 for me.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm just talking about it. I want to watch it again. So that's how much I like it. Ray.
I'll go with a 9 as well. I liked it. It's one of my favorite episodes because it was very meaningful.
Yeah. I'm gonna same with me. Consistent. Last week I gave it an 8.5. I'm gonna give it a strong 8.5 again. It's fun. Again, this show is one of those. There's so many shows that we watch or we should be watching or we want to watch, and this is one of those things that it is both week on week. I'm glad that it's there. It kind of resets all of the heavy stuff that we watch, but in the end, it's still gory. There's still action. It is funny.
There's the
And the funny
layers.
thing is we keep on forgetting this is part of a bigger universe. Like they were dropping hints about other superheroes and stuff like that, even in this particular
Batman.
episode. That
I remember
Right.
Batman again
last
week.
week's Batman rant was fucking amazing.
This week was Superman. What did they say about
This week,
Superman?
like he has a poo fetish,
Who finished?
right?
It's-
Like even though it doesn't make
This
sense.
is Henry Cavill's Superman.
How do you
100%,
know?
How do you know that? Google.
Google. Do you know more than Google? What do you say?
It's again, it doesn't make sense, but the idea is I keep forgetting that this is part of the DCEU, and then they'll drop a joke like that, and it hits. Kind of like fuck, right? There are superheroes. Like even last episode about this, like everything eating man, where he eats everything.
Matter eating lad or something like
Matter
Matter
eating
eating man.
kid or that's
Lad,
fucking
lad,
amazing. It's great. So I do love the idea that they're getting us used to this world where there are superpowered beings that are being used in normal ways, and not all of them are A tier. Not all of them are Superman and Batman. Superman and Batman. So it's kind of great. I really love it.
So, question as somebody who'd never seen it. So I know I have to watch Suicide Squad, both movies,
Just one.
No,
The
it's
second one.
Second one.
just the second one. Okay,
Mhm.
and then
Not
Harley.
the Lido one.
Okay, Harley Quinn. You still have
No, I don't need it.
nothing.
No,
Just-
just do this.
Just
Birds
watch
of Prey, no.
Suicide Squad.
Suicide Squad.
I mean, Birds of
Squad
Prey
2.
was fun, but this one is
Yeah,
Just
but
need-
it's not connected to
it's
this
not-
one. I
yeah.
think.
Yeah.
Okay, okay, and it's compared to The Boys from Amazon. And I know Jong works for Amazon, but
Oh, the boys.
compared to The Boys,
Boys
If
is
you
way
like that,
more. Yeah. Well, but Boys is so dark.
yeah,
This
yeah.
one is very.
Yeah.
It's gory, but it's not as gory, and it's
It's
way
light.
more funny. Way more funny. It's a comedy.
All right, I'll
It's great.
check it out. I'll check it out. Okay.
Mm.
Yeah,
also
and
a
I
good-
do like, and I do like John Cena because I can't see him. Yeah.
It's also it's also similar in the boys. Like it's a deconstruction of the superhero genre, but it's
Mhm, mhm.
it's a funny
Yes.
light take,
Okay. Okay.
but very good characterization. So,
All right. All right. All right.
All right.
so that's
I'll try to see
Peacemaker.
it if I could see him. Yeah.
That
You
is
have to. You
Peacemaker.
have to.
Oh yeah, I still have HBO Max.
Okay.
From
Uh,
leftover from Dune.
So now we're gonna move on to our main topic.
our main topic of the
Something
week,
we've been
Chubax will
waiting
take
for
us home.
so long. The Legend of Vox Machina. So for
Oh
us through
yeah.
for you non-critters out there, uh, this animated series is based on a group of uh, called Critical Role. So this started as a D&D game, a bunch of friends, most all of them voice actors. So you've heard of them, like Laura Bailey, who voiced
Abby.
Abby from The Last of Us 2.
That was part 2.
Yeah, and most of them are all like Ashley Johnson, who's an actress also, and Ellie as well from Last of Us. And she was an extra in Avengers. She's in Blind Spot, and all the other guys are very well-known voice actors from animated and games. And they just sat around, played D&D, and then they said, "Yeah, what if we stream this?" So from their living room, dining room, they went to Geek and Sundry channel YouTube where they streamed their campaign, and now it's 3 campaigns later. They're so big, and they
One of
started.
the most watched Twitch channels
Yes,
ever. Most
And-
concurrent views on a week basis. This
and
channel is making so much fucking money. It
Yes.
is insane.
but the best thing is they're just having fun. Laura
100%.
Bailey would leave Game Awards early just to catch because it's a Thursday night and they just have to catch the campaign. And this new animated series is based on their first campaign called Vox Machina, and it started out as a Kickstarter if they wanted to do like a one shot, and it made so much money they could make more episodes. They pitched it to Amazon. Amazon picked it up for 2 seasons, and here we are. The Legend of Vox Machina.
Good
3
job.
The
Amazon.
Legend of
3
Vox
episodes
Machina.
dropped, and it's animated. It's D&D. It's mature. It's funny as
It's
hell.
violent.
Mature fantasy is
Violent.
great.
The action is comedy. The chemistry is great. The you need to watch it, Arnie, because we need a review from
Not
somebody.
D&D'er.
Not D&D and not. Well, I guess Jong's not familiar with the campaign too much, right?
No, I don't even know what I mean. I've never
okay.
started campaign 1.
Okay, so
Yeah.
that's good. So we have
Okay.
a point of view where
I'll watch
you
it.
haven't seen one. Because
I've tried D&D type games and we just didn't finish it because of the time issues. But yeah, okay.
Yeah.
I'll check
it
this
is a
out.
commitment. I'm I think episode 60 of campaign 1, and it's
Mhm.
like 144 episodes, like 3 to 4 hours each episode.
Oh
So
my
it
God,
is
is that-
time consuming.
Sounds
So
like
you-
One Piece, man.
So you have this one. You can watch this one instead.
Okay. Okay. I'll watch
this-
this instead because
Season 1 is this year's. Every Friday it'll drop 3 episodes every Friday, and each
Oh.
episode is only like 27 episodes. The typical animated episode. So we'll start
minutes.
tonight.
30 minutes. Okay.
Yeah, 27 minutes. So we'll start with the first 3 episodes.
Yep.
All right.
The first episode of The Legend of Vox Machina, The Terror of Tal'Dorei. So Tal'Dorei is like the area, their kingdom where the story happens. And we start. The intro goes with a group of mercenaries were sent to stop an unknown monster that's been terrorizing the outskirts of the town, and they get killed like really fast and really easily.
Like in the
Super
first
cool.
Like it's this one,
1
Arnie.
minute.
This one in the YouTube, right? This group, yeah. So this is the intro, where they're supposed to be the heroes, but they die easily and fantastically. And then
And
so
if you look at it if you look at it, it actually reflected on Lord of the Rings. So they had a halfling, they had a dwarf, they had a human, which looked like
You
Aragorn.
have Gandalf. Yeah.
Exactly, they had Gandalf.
The
So
prototypical fantasy troop of like dwarf, elf, wizard is great.
Yeah, true. So after that, we meet Vox Machina in a bar where they they cause
chug,
mayhem and
chug,
have a
chug,
fight.
chug,
I know.
chug, chug.
So they fight. They make a mess. They kill people. I like all the little things here with Vax stealing some money because he knows Vex is a greedy little his sister's a greedy little shit. Scanlan with the woman naked in the
Oh,
room.
The daughter
fucking
of the tavern owner.
I love that Percy was like didn't want to fight and then suddenly big thing the a grog falls on him and stuff. So it's a fun fight. And then after that they get kicked out. They're broke, they're homeless, they don't know what to do, but then the Council of Taldore um sends a notice looking for more mercenaries to combat the unknown creature.
unknown creature.
So they go in, they present themselves in ruggedy fashion, and nobody's impressed. But then Scanlan mentions a bear, that they have a bear trinket that catches the
A bear
Lord
trinket.
Lord Uriel's attention. And there's also this general who's nice and funny, General Krieg, voiced by David Tennant,
Oh my gosh.
and
Oh, so good.
he's the only one that's kind of let's give these guys a shot. And then my only question is why did Allura and Kima go fight? But anyways, so they
They
said
didn't
that
want to risk themselves.
that's true. They
Oh, but
have
also we
a
skipped the fact that when they introduced themselves, this is my one of my favorite intros ever.
mhm.
Like when because you have Scanlan the Bard singing contemporary type music,
For their
introducing
intro.
a fantasy character. It was fucking great. I love that intro. I also, I mean, the thing is when they're doing intros, you can see that a little bit more budget is dropped in there because the animation of the intro was a little bit better than the rest of the show. But
Uh-huh.
it was a pretty clue. Like for me, I don't know the Vox Machina campaign. I don't know the characters. You don't need to know D&D or anything. That it's a fantasy story. So the idea of like framing it as such made it a lot easier for me to like, all right, we got twins that are an archer and a person that uses
Rogue.
the dagger,
Rogue.
so stealth.
Ranger
You
and a
have
rogue.
the cleric, you have the giant with the axe, which is basically
Barbarian.
God of War, Kratos, right? And then you have like, and it's like the thing is like, this is one of those things where when is a bard ever useful in any campaign? And then now I'm like totally the opposite. Like when is a bard not useful?
Yeah.
It's fucking dope. It's the best.
He's so badass, Scanlan.
Mhm.
So
Scanlan's hand.
so they bring him in, and then they give them a shot. So they fly them using an airship, and they try to investigate. They meet the family in the
When
outskirts.
are we gonna get the fucking airship in
I
our
know.
D&D shit? It's
So
like
they
this
meet
is
the
fucking dope.
If
They
we
meet-
survive tomorrow's campaign,
know.
if we don't get a total party kill, we may
Tomorrow.
get something.
Mm.
So the group is taken by airship to the shale steppes, where the creature was last seen. And then they meet like a family, and then Vax interacts with the child, gives him a silver coin, and says that
Aw.
they'll take care of the creature for them. Go, Jay.
Mind you, they only have 3 silver coins to their names.
And they gave one
And
That
to
they
was
the
gave one.
kids.
they gave one of that. So you know how valuable that was for them.
Yeah.
Because that's all they had. They only had
So,
3 left. They
I
were
need to
broke.
confirm this, but it
Go.
was I oversaw I like saw it on Twitter that the kids were played by actual Regal's kids.
Oh, I
So
don't know.
Maximus
I did
Regal
not see
and
that.
something. And so
Yeah.
so that
I'll
was
check the
cute.
credits later. Yeah.
Yeah, I love the fact that again we haven't really discussed it yet, but the guests, all the guests here, it's like chefs. You
I
can
know.
see like the authenticity of this particular show because this came from a living room now it's a fucking franchise, and now you have a show where you can bring both your direct friends, but also the best actors and actresses to voice characters. Fucking amazing.
So
And they have a billboard on New York.
Pretty much
anyway,
everywhere.
so
Everywhere. I
so
know.
they investigate and then they find out that it's a fucking blue dragon named Brimscythe who has like a lightning breath. So during the battle, they're obviously outgunned, and then overpowered. So they manage to escape by hiding, or the like rocks falling and then they hide. So the dragon thought they were dead, and then they all mostly unanimously agreed to back the fuck off because they're in over their heads.
Mm.
So I think it was only Pike who wanted to keep trying.
Yeah.
Yes, the cleric.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Mhm.
So and then they go back to the village which was destroyed now, and I love the little touches, the kids, the family that they met fucking murdered, except the kid was alive. The kid was alive, but
Barely alive.
Pike couldn't heal
Well,
him, couldn't heal him anymore because he was weak from healing. Was it Grog that he healed?
Grog.
Grog.
Yeah,
Yes.
Grog.
Is this regard?
Is this normal? And it starts splashing out
Pouring,
blood from his
gushing
eyes.
blood.
And
A
you can see
fountain
his
of blood.
bones.
So
You can see
I,
his bones.
so I love it. Like it's a small the heart of it, so you feel the emotion. So that's where episode ends. They feel like they decide to fuck it. We'll go fight this dragon. So we go with episode 2, The Terror of Tal'Dorei Part 2, where General Krieg brings a battalion of soldiers to try and fight the dragon. And upon the dragon's return, General Krieg is missing, and everybody's turned to shit, like killed easily, like not even a fight. So after that, Vox Machina returns to M1, and the Council of Tal'Dorei is like really hopeless, like they don't know what to do, and uh Vox Machina tells them that they're still up for the plan of killing the blue dragon, but they don't believe them. So they try to make a plan, and one of the plan is to ask Gilmore from Gilmore's Glorious Goods, who's one of the most charming bastards ever, and he flirts with Vax, and he gets some like was it it's not a prophecy, right? Just like some sayings or some books about weaknesses of blue dragons where the two rivers
Of
meet.
dragons in
Yeah,
general. Yeah.
whatever it says. And then at the same time, uh, Cannon and Grog are trying to find the Finch, one of the members of the council who looks suspicious and creepy. So stereotypical, like oh, he looks creepy, so he must be the one. So they're following him, and then they follow him into General Krieg's house, and so they meet there. Everybody meets there.
And
They
Finch is the one that was played by Tony Hale. Yeah, I didn't know who Tony Hale was, but it apparently like he's very very famous because of Veep and Arrested
yeah,
Development.
he was
So
in
yeah.
Chuck too, stuff like that.
Oh, okay.
So they get there, and just as they were uh, accusing Finch, he's killed by General Krieg, who is revealed to be the bad guy, the traitor. So they follow him through like a portal to a like another lair, and they realize it's a dragon's lair. And they meet General Krieg, again voiced by the great David Tennant, and realize that he is the Blue Dragon. He is
Okay,
Brimside,
Joshua,
and they fight. And one of the most I love this fight scene. All the small things in this fight scene
Mhm.
was so good, down to the music, down to the fights. I'm not gonna go too much into to the details, but in the end, they win. Um, they kill the dragon. They take the tooth of the dragon for proof, and then
For
they
proof.
submit it to the council, and the council gives them the chest of gold. And when they open it, there's no gold. It's only a key, couple keys,
And a deed.
and a deed. And they were given the deed to their home first keep in Iman. And I don't know if they're gonna call it this, but I don't think they can call it this. But I just want to let you know, Jong, in the D&D campaign,
Okay.
they called it Gray Skull. Their keep was called
Well, I'm sure
Grayskull.
Amazon would pay the rights for it.
Well, they changed.
I hope so.
Well, they changed the Jenga to Chenga, so I don't think
That's
they
true.
Oh,
they didn't. So
Drayskull?
yeah.
Drayskull?
So that's how episode 2 ends. And then uh in the start of the next episode, the Feast of the Realms. Oh, I'm not sure. Did they reveal Silas and the Briarwoods at the end of the episode or at the start of
At the
episode
end, there's
3?
like a well,
Okay.
we didn't know who they were, but they were telling about how people will be starting to come from all over.
Okay, and then they showed
And that was
the
that was the
couple.
little snippet.
So at the end of the episode, there's gonna be a party, and two of the lord and lady that was gonna come, they're named the Briarwoods, and they were ambushed on their way to Iman, and yet surprisingly, to the attackers, Lord Silas killed them very very easily and very brutally, and shows that there's something ominous and they're kind of scary. So now we go to episode 3, the Feast of the Realms. And this one is cute. They're settled into their new keep, but it's still a mess. Like you see, like it's still dirty. The doors aren't opening, and shit. And one of the gags, especially in Vox Machina, is whenever they have a door that they need to open, they always fuck it up. It's like it's only a door, but they always have problems opening it up. It's more like RJ getting Asomedo's always getting peeling checks from the climbing to the
Climbing
carpet.
checks.
So, anyways, they go to the banquet and they're all nice and dressed up. Even Vax looks good with the ponytail, the red, and then we also see Percy having nightmares, and from his past. And so at the banquet, they come in. It's so funny to see them because it's so formal and they don't know anything formal. And they coming in. They were gonna follow Percy because he's the only one that's had any formal training. And yet as soon as they get in, the Briarwoods are announced, and it's revealed that Percy was once his family was the lords of Whitestone until
The
Briar-
Derolo family.
the Derolo family led Whitestone until the Briarwoods came in and killed everybody, and only Percy was able to escape. So Percy, who's the one who's supposed to lead the guys in etiquette and stuff, he just goes crazy, blindsided, um, so angry and just focus on the Briarwood, and everybody's just making a mess. And then he tells them what they did, and Vax goes out to investigate by himself, try to sneak into the Briarwood's room and see what he can find. And then at the same time, during the party, the Briarwoods were able to enchant Lord Uriel very easily, and
You want to close it?
once Percy gets rude and stuff, the Briarwoods leave, go to their room. That's where they find Vax, and easily
Trying to get some info about them.
Yeah.
About them.
reading some stuff about them. So they attack Vax, and it's revealed that like Lord Briarwood is a vampire of sorts, and then Vax bitten in the neck, jumps through the window, and falls and says Chenga. So everybody panics. They try to get their weapons from the code guy. Did you see the code guy? The code guy.
That's Matthew Mercer.
Matthew Mercer. It looks like Matthew Mercer. So they get their weapons. They go out. They have a nice fight. This fight was so good too. Lord Briarwood has a sword called Craven Edge in the campaign, and what it does, Jong, in the campaign is whenever it attacks anybody successfully
And it damages.
and it damages, it drains their it. They have to roll a Constitution check, and if it fails, Craven's Edge gets +1 on strength every attack. So every time he
That's
hits
awesome.
you, and every time they fail, the
He gets
Constitution roll,
stronger.
It gets stronger. +1, +2, +3, and then it'll hold until a short rest, I think, or a long rest. So sometimes, in the campaign, Grog was able to get Craven's Edge. So like sometimes when he get like +3, he wouldn't rest because he wanted to keep the +3. So anyways, just a cool fight scene. Uh, Percy was Taliesin Jaffrey was amazing here with his voice acting with Silas, Delilah, like he's screaming like a fucking so bad.
What do you call that? That plague mask
The
and
mask,
that's so cool. Oh.
and then so they fight. The Briarwoods are technically handing them their ass, but in the end they just leave and escape. And then Percy's pissed. He finds the coach driver of the Silas, interrogates them, and smoke starts coming out of him. He wears the mask, the plaid mask, shoots his fingers off. And
Fingers off.
before he can do anything, Oriel comes in and then has them arrested. Then we end the episode with more songs from Scanlan and the what's that song? The Love Beads.
The
Keep
love
pulling-
beats.
The love beads. Like I've
Keep
never
pull-
seen you wear beads. Yeah, that was so fucking funny.
Keep pulling on those beads of love.
Oh,
Beads of
oh my
love.
god. The any plot synopsis will never accurately describe how fun, how lewd, how
Heart.
how
So much heart.
how many layers those songs that fucking Scatland sings. I fucking like the love beats. Tug on the love beats.
Here, Joe, as somebody who hasn't seen or listened to the campaign, how was the pacing? That's one thing I need to like. Did it?
Are we starting?
Yeah, we're done. We're done with the episode 3.
Yes. Well, so that's the thing that surprised me the most because again, um, I've never listened to the campaign fully. Like I've popped in a few episodes here and there, but the 3 episode had so much in it. There's so many fights. They already essentially finished one mission that I would assume would be 10-15 episodes in the actual podcast. So I really, really like that. And I didn't realize that they were going to be this funny and this lewd and this violent until I saw the episodes. Like I thought that the trailers were the maximum. It could be even more lewd. They were showing Scanlan going down on the
Oh yeah.
the barkeep's daughter. They saw kids being killed, right? So I'm really, really digging this in. And if the pace, because I know the first season is only 12 episodes, right?
Yes, though.
It's 4 weeks, 3 episodes per week, which for me, perfect. I love 2 to 3 episodes per week because it's not short to keep me wanting, but not too long that I need to block off of them. So this has been a joy and it's an amazing format that I think Amazon has kind of found the great what do I call this? Great balance between length of episodes. It's streaming TV, so it's not regular TV. So they have a little bit more leeway in terms of the violence and the sex and the language and the themes, but also making sure that the story is correct and is running at the correct pace. Because I thought that the entire season is just the dragon,
Oh.
right? I thought that the first 12 episodes was just them getting together, getting their shit together, and then killing the dragon. That was done in 2 episodes. Super fun. And then you get this introduction to an even more sinister villain. I'm in. So like I really love this pace. I hope they can continue to keep this running.
So just for your info, the dragon fight was pre-stream. So that didn't happen. That happened before they started airing their episode.
So that happened really just for between friends.
Yeah. And then the Briarwood arc is around episode 30s. So they skipped a lot, but I think for me the pacing was good because I think they ran with the stereotype tropes first since those tropes, they kind of ran with it, and then this is the group, and then that's when you start to get to know them, and so it was so good. I loved it. And then did you see there's so many tidbits like you see Percy doing the Naruto run.
Oh,
right? Because
Yes.
they're big fans, so it was like it's so good. But yeah, so how about you, Jay? What did you think?
I like the pacing as well. Um, it's the reason for which is there's a lot of action, just action upon action. So it makes you want to. Every episode is gonna be fun to watch. I like how they built the character, how fucked up they actually are. But as together when they work together, that's even much better. It reminds me of really if you get to follow their podcasts, you'll know how crazy they are, but how well they work. Crazy they are individually, but how amazing they work together. Um, Surprisingly, I really like how the art was. I thought at first I wouldn't like the art, but it complemented it gave that
Mhm.
comedic effect, yet at the same time, it wasn't too tiring to see.
Is this CHUBAX? Is this Studio Mir?
Oh, I don't know. I don't know.
Let me check.
But the designer for the character design is the guy who does the DC movies, the last few DC like the Batman, the
Oh,
animated ones that came out.
yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
Uh, for me, yeah, I loved it. The for me the pacing was great. You since you know the stereotypes, you didn't need to see how they got together, you know. So it just like learning the nuisance of each going forward, and
Hmm.
especially if you're a fan of the campaigns, just all the little bits are just so funny. Gilmore, uh, I want to see Kima fight. I want to see Kima fight. I want to see Allura fight.
Hmm.
But yeah, it's so good. I mean, I can't understand how we've been waiting for this for months, and it lived up to it and even more because the songs are even better. The
Yeah.
fight scenes, I got goosebumps on the dragon fight. Like, oh, it
Oh,
is
the
so
one where
good.
it makes look who's slow. Ah, it makes me want to rage.
Yeah,
Oh, that was
no,
great.
I love
When
it.
they
He
started doing
slices
this,
the
the
dragon's head in
supers.
half. What
Yeah,
the fuck?
I like the supers.
Dude, that was when I saw that, I heard in my head. So, how do you want to do it?
Yeah, that's true. That's true. That's
I
true.
know.
It's so the animation house is Titmouth, so they've done a few things, but um if I were to nitpick a little bit, that's the only thing because the intro graphics, which is usually like 10 times better than actual animation,
Mm-hmm.
I was
Right.
so impressed whenever we see well, I mean, every episode has that intro. The fluidity, the design was super good. So I was hoping that they can continue that on throughout the episode, but I know that's not sustainable much. But yeah, I do like the how they animated the character design is fun.
Yeah.
It's kind of like slightly under like the usual Avatar animation because Avatar is done by Studio Mir, which is the
Mm.
top studio
Oh,
in TV animation. So just a smidge below, not too far off, but everything else is like super fun.
so some stuff like this is in campaign 2. Ashley's the barbarian. So when she
like
finds
to rage.
I'd like to rage.
I would like to rage.
because Travis is the one that Travis is the one that said it like that.
For now, it's a placeholder. Okay, so I'd like to rage.
I would like to rage.
Okay, so I would like to rage.
But if you watch the campaign, Jong, it's so Travis plays Grog so well because he has an intelligence of 6, but he uses that in like so like Grog
That's
loses
low, right?
very
was like,
low, yeah.
That's
I know
very
that's
low.
low.
That's very low.
But the way Travis uses it, like when the party is like getting stuck in decisions and stuff, he uses that to make Grog like impatient. So because like of course he can't be part of the planning, right? Because he's
Mhm.
Grog, he has intelligence of 6. So they're all planning and they're like what I'm in my episode now. They're like they're trying to cross a river that's like magical. So they keep making plans and then they're fighting. They don't know what to do. And then Travis is like, using Grog's low intelligence as an excuse to do something smart to push them. He's like, you know what? I'm gonna fucking cut this tree and then I'll just try and do it. Like, no, Grog, that's stupid. Well, you're not doing anything, so I'm just gonna start stopping. So they're like they're forced to make something. It's so good. It's like he's so good.
This is the thing that I've so I was watching this. I think I'm in a little balance of I'm a giant fan, not because of the D&D, not because of the fucking animation show or even the stories, because like fantasy is not for everyone. It's the idea that this is from somebody's living room, a bunch of friends did such a great story that so many millions of people supported them to make their own animated show, to really put their dreams into life. So that's where I'm a big fan of. Detaching that, this is just a solid fantasy story. Like, animation wise, to be honest, this doesn't hold a candle to, well, we're all ruined by fucking Arcane. We're just
Arcane,
ruined for
of course.
animation, but Arcane is story, animation,
It was just
new
different.
soundtrack. It's just ruined
Totally
us for
different
everything.
level.
Yep, totally different level. So, but this is kind of like me imagining like rewatching Avatar, right? This is an adult version of Avatar where like I can see myself watching maybe this as 2 or 3 seasons, and then campaign 2 as 3 or 4 seasons, and then campaign 3 as 3 or 4 seasons. So I'm just looking at myself like I am in for this. So I'm very happy that I don't need the backstory. Like I know there's backstories about Scanlan's hand. I'm very interested about the snake belt that Vex has. So when he used that to
Vax.
Vax has, right? When he used that, I'm like, fuck, I want one of those.
Yeah, I know.
I want a fucking snake belt. I want to be
I
able
like
to
the original gunslinger. That's from Matt Mercer, right?
Yeah, man.
What he
He
allowed in the
created that homebrew.
I know.
It's
the
very
homebrew.
strong, but it's very scary because yeah, if his rolls bad, it'll jam, and then if he gets like a natural,
Which you see in which you see in
Yeah,
the
the game.
cartoon.
but
But at times he'll get 2 shots out, and then the third one.
will
Damn.
jam. But in the campaign,
Yeah.
if you get like a dirty one or just a number lower, it can fuck the gun up, and he has to repair it. It's unusable until he repairs it, and it takes a lot of money to
Damn
repair.
shit.
So
Okay.
it just for me, it's just the chemistry is just so good. The story is
And
good also.
that's the thing too. That's I think the reason why this is such it affects the viewer so much because again, I have no idea about the backstory. I don't have the idea about the archetypes of the characters. Well, I have a general idea of fantasy. This has been done so many times. Group of people fighting a dragon, being charged by the king and queen, and then the king and queen gets co-opted. We've known this. This is fucking standard fantasy fare.
So,
But the voice, these are top-notch voice actors. These are voice actors with their idols as guest stars, NPC, having comedic great writing. Chemistry is through the roof. Like I love the fact that even the small part about Grog and Pike drinking, 3 for me, 2 for you. It's like, how do you drink it? They're just like fancy shots. Like, oh my god! So all of those small bits and pieces, like, why do we keep on getting into fights? It's like all of those makes the in between of the actual story even better. So you're kind of like more invested with these characters. I'm
Ball tag.
I'm ball tag, fucking ball tag. See, the good thing about this is like it's funny in the moment. It's funny about the characters. You give Grog is you obviously know Grog will be playing it, but fucking Percy playing it is funny.
I like that it's 7-2, and then after 7-5. What?
75.
It was just 7-2 a while ago. Oh, that was 3 points. The rules of ball tag
The
are very
intricacies of ball
intricacies.
tag.
So those are the things that it works in the moment. I don't need any backstory around that. But now for me, I know that if I go deep into Critical Role wikis or discussions or Reddit, somebody will be able to describe me what how Bolt Tag came to be, and it's going to be fun and another story that I can get into should I choose to. So that's kind of like very interesting for me. Like I want to know how they got the fucking bear trinket.
Trinket, yeah.
And they play on it
No,
because
but-
like you see the guards playing with the bear. I fucking love that.
That was so cute.
No,
Boy
but
Trinket.
Trinket was actually with them since they were kids. When the parents died,
Yeah, I think there's
the
a
twins
they
still had-
released a novel, Kith and Kin. It's about
Kith and
Vax
Kin,
and Vex.
right?
I like Scanlan.
See, I don't know
even,
about
I don't
that. So
even
now
know
I'm
which
like-
one. I don't know.
So the
I
bear
don't
is
know which
Vax
one.
and Vex.
It's Vex. It's more Vex.
It's Vex. Okay, all right. Because I thought actually the bear was Pikes.
No, and then Scanlan.
No.
Scanlan always has an issue with Trinket, and it starts from the campaign because it's always a problem traveling with Trinket. Like if they need to climb or something, he's always an issue. So like Scanlan's like, just leave the bear. So it's always a issue with him.
Oh my god.
Wait,
Yeah, Vex is the ranger, so she has a animal familiar or something.
and she's very greedy. She's the greedy one.
I know of another ranger that's also quite greedy.
I don't know
I
what you're
know.
talking about. I just heard that Rangers are the key for any D&D campaign. It should always happen.
Oh hell yeah, of course, hands down.
Let's take a break.
Hands
Arnie,
down.
watch Arnie. Watch this
Yeah.
clip, just to
Okay.
introduce the show.
Jump,
This is
We
the
can
tavern
figure.
from episode.
jump.
Oh, is she? Are you watching the?
We're seeing the OBS.
Jump,
Ah.
Yeah, that's right. Who's the best? Yeah.
Rog wins. Again.
Oh,
Again.
fuck me. Why do we always play drinking games with a guy twice our size?
Because it's the fastest way to get drunk, obviously.
Who's drunk? Not me. I'm great. I think we should go to another.
I love that she pukes all the time.
Didn't you only have one ale? Ugh, so chunky.
Oh, watch it, bitch.
Hey, you watch it, dick nose.
Easy, Grog. We don't
Dick
waste our
nose.
time on talking assholes, remember?
Oi, Tavern Keep! Another round for Vox Machina, the greatest band of mercenaries in all the realm.
The greatest. I heard you couldn't even rescue a cow from a burning barn. Vox Machina.
Ooh,
What a
can I be a
fucking
werewolf?
joke.
I like to be a werewolf in the next campaign.
Let's
can.
keep things civil, friend. We're not looking for trouble.
I'll bet you ain't. Everyone knows you're a bunch of pathetic losers who can't get a fucking job. Look at your scrawny ass. Too weak to tickle your own pickle.
You offering to help?
Yeah. No.
Even that joke. Even that
I'm
small
only
joke.
asking you to give me a hand.
You know, Max, I think he's willing. Oh, can I keep this? Don't just stand there gawking, Lance! Kill him!
I love it.
Love
It's
it.
so
I
fun.
love it.
And did you notice that like Keyleth is technically the strongest, but she's like
She doesn't know her pro.
Yeah,
She's
her-
afraid.
not controlled and she's
Panics.
not confident.
She's a druid, diba?
yeah
Druid.
druid.
Druid, cleric,
Gunslinger.
ranger, rogue,
Okay, din ang druid. kasi
giant,
They can,
gunslinger.
they can change their.
I think Pike's like
They
a
can change their
paladin
shape.
cleric. Yeah, druid can change shape, and then barbarian, bard, ranger, syempre, ranger, rogue. So cool. So, but I mean, yeah. What else can we say about Legend of Vox Machina? Just so good. Can't wait for the next 3. Another wait for Friday. Do you want to go straight to the ratings?
Let's go.
Hell yeah.
Let's start with Raymond.
I'll give it a 9.5. Only because I've been waiting for it. I love it.
I will go next.
Inspires me
Oh.
to do better for tomorrow.
I know. I'm so excited tomorrow. I even prepared my voice for the first time because I was thinking like in D&D, sometimes if you talk normally, for me, I become lazy and structure my dialogue just normally. But so I want my voice so that I can really get into the meat of Malak. So I'll score this a 9.5 as well because as I was watching, it's just goosebumps. Like the I would like to rage scene, the fight scene, the all the songs of Scanlan. Dude, his formal
Yeah,
wear.
his songs are awesome.
Did you see his formal wear with the
Dude,
The one with
quad
the rainbow
base?
by his penis.
Does he sing in the actual
Oh,
campaign?
He sings. That's why. That's why I'm spoiled. That's why I don't want to be I want to be a bard, but I can't be a bard because I can't
You
sing.
can't sing.
And Sam, oh here, this is like we'll go short. Quick,
bad.
Here, just.
All right, that brings us. All right,
So whenever he inspires someone as a bard, he does either a song or a limerick.
so now the Wyvern's turn.
That he writes himself, right? That's fucking.
He usually uses other songs and he just edits the song.
I'll sing. Ooh,
There, he's gonna inspire somebody.
inspire her with
So Arnie, in D&D, if you like the bard, if he inspires, he gets an extra dice to add to the roll.
Okay.
So to increase your chances of
Which
hitting.
means a lot.
inspiration. I'll sing. Ooh, shut up and shoot that hole. Your arrow is my destiny. And I say, ooh, shut up and shoot that hole. As they're chanting, I'm starting to sing amid the chant. It's the eye of the Goliath. It's the thrill of the fight. Rising up to the challenge of that asshole. And I'm trying to send inspiration to him.
With that, you hear.
I bring out my
But this one's my favorite.
something.
My son-
Sherry baby, Sherry baby, Sherry, won't you come home tonight? Come home tonight. You better ask your mama. Tell her you're with a gnome. Why don't you come on to my key? Pay for the book, I hear you.
I have to buy a book.
Do you want to build
Oh.
a machine gun?
I inspire
Why,
Percy.
yes, I really do. Yeah, sure. So I'll inspire Grog. Yay! I need Grog to rage and get us through this semi-fucked kind of fight. Baby,
Wow.
He thinks so fast on his one. Did you see Matt Mercer's costume?
kill.
Oh, that's
Witcher.
Witcher.
He made it by himself.
All right, take your D10 inspiration, Digrog.
That's some
Alrighty.
good
God
Richard.
damn.
Grog was dressed as
Oh
a.
no, Whitestone's got problems. And now we really can't solve them unless we make really deep cuts. So baby, show me that Grog blood.
Does he prepare them in advance kaya? Or just...
Take your D10.
Maybe. I mean,
Maybe
he
as
probably think of
a
song.
bank
You're
of
up,
songs.
Hearing this, the beat
Yeah.
in the back of your head is
so good. Let's try one more.
I also like that Scanlan was given that big mug, the one in front.
It becomes a joke. Every campaign he has a big mug.
Yeah, I think he's supposed to be the halfling or something.
Okay,
19, you're gonna make
I'm gonna say, you gonna fail that attack, so you better sit your ass on back, cause I ain't no holler back gnome. I ain't no holler back gnome.
All right, roll.
I don't follow back. No. Okay, that's
With
funny.
that,
That's smart.
the
That is
words-
very
words
smart.
ring true to your mind,
That
and
was
for a
good.
second you
It's
feel
so good.
this
Like,
new,
one
this,
more,
this,
one more.
this not
Let's see.
grog-based rage, this outside forceful rage that it confuses you. And as he says that, you're right. He is no holler back, no. And
The chemistry
you
with Matt.
resist with the hammer giving him just enough time to step out of the way. And it boom, slams into the ground harmlessly, cracking the stone around the base.
There's no hollow back now.
I used to scry you on
Ganda
the
ng boses ni Grog, brother.
Late night when I need your love. I know when that poop phone glows, it can only be one gnome. Ever since you left the party, you.
Yes.
Take your inspiration.
So, Jong, your rating.
I'm a solid 9. Again, I'm rating this with very little backstory, just like the admiration of how it's
No,
done.
I wanted to
As
know.
standalone animation fantasy, it has great comedy, great chemistry, good action. Even if the story is technically very, very standard and very simple, they're trying to do different things with this. And like what you mentioned, the pace is great. 2 episodes, you already
Pace is
killed the
great.
fucking monster. Usually, like in anime, 2 episodes is just the
They
hair being
extend
knocked
it.
back.
Yeah.
They're just literally talking
Or
and doing.
They're
That's
just
one
charging. They're just charging their
They're
kai or
just
something.
charging.
No,
and
no,
a lot of
they remove a
backstory.
mask or something. They remove a mask. And
That's
then
it. And then there's backstory and their training montage and their
just for fun too. Watch it with the Japanese dub. Just for fun. I loved it. It was also fun.
Okay, sige.
It's so
Okay,
good.
I was planning to watching it again too because like I wanna I just wanna get into like you guys like character more. And the thing that kind of inspired me the most watching this, I love the combo attacks.
Yes.
The combo attacks are fucking dope.
We have to think of something
Even like
tomorrow.
the scan lens illusion, and then it's so good.
Yeah, the Vex and
I think we've tried it before with Asumedos and Itsuki. We combined the Eldritch Blast with your arrow.
Oh, we
Let me
gotta
guess,
do,
it failed.
No, it did. It did well. It did well. Yeah, I think I remember that.
Okay, so I'll call it for now. So Arnie, are we gonna see you next week?
I'll update you guys.
Yeah.
We'll see,
Okay.
because we don't know yet.
But
So-
Arnie will be our Boba Fett person since that's the one that he is most familiar with.
Yeah, and then
Okay.
when you guys finally say see No Way Home, let me know so I could.
Yeah, it's
specifically-
still gonna
Sure.
be a while, maybe a month or two. But yeah, so we got
What? Okay.
But if you get to catch up on Peacemaker and Vox
Oh yeah.
Machina,
Yeah.
I'll
do so.
definitely at
I
least
think
get into
highly
Peacemaker
recommend it.
and Vox Machina. We'll see if we can.
so
catch
Book
up.
of Boba Fett episode 6 drops on Wednesday. Peacemaker
Mhm.
episode 6 drops on Thursday. And then Legend of Vox
Thursday.
Machina drops on Friday. 4, 5, 6.
Friday.
Yeah.
Love it.
So those are our
Yeah,
next
yeah.
week's show. I think after Boba Fett ends, we can. That's 7 only, right? We can
Yeah. I
maybe
think they have
input
a Marvel coming up soon, right?
March. Yeah, I think we
Yeah,
can
March
maybe insert a yellow jacket somewhere there. Maybe skip
Yeah.
cut it to
In
5
like
episodes.
instant reactions. Yeah.
Yeah.
Maybe
Yeah, yeah,
first 5
sure.
and then second 5. I think it's good to cut it
Mhm.
because the theories.
But
and stuff.
remember, just around the corner we have
Moon Knight.
Moon Knight.
No, but
Moon
yeah,
Knight.
but
Moon Knight.
Moon Knight.
because next week, in 2 weeks Boba Fett ends. In 3 weeks,
and
Peacemaker
and
ends.
Peacemaker.
No, Peacemaker's 8.
So we have Vox
Peacemaker,
Machina.
Peacemaker's 8 episodes.
Oh, 8. Oh, interesting. So we
yeah,
will
so-
replace Boba Fett with a few episodes of part 1 of Yellow Jacket. Yeah,
Okay.
that's good.
That's the plan. Okay, guys. So once again, we just got 100 subs. So thankful. For you guys who haven't subscribed, please like and subscribe. Comment. Always comment. We always reply. We love hearing comments. And we're working on prizes to send for all the new subscribers. So we're very excited. So that's it for our review today. Nice new content. Let's go left to right. Jong, say your byes.
Thank you very much again for joining us in our recordings this week. Like, share, subscribe. We would like to grow this community again of like-minded, loving individuals who enjoy good content to share with their friends and family. So join us, share it with your friends, watch stuff with your friends as well, and hopefully you're learning a few things from these handsome boys. And then we'll see you next week.
All right. Well, thank you again for a fantastic episode, Bro Chat Shows. And I hope all of you viewers out there would continue to spread the word, join us. And if you want to, sit in into one of our shows, let us know. Hit that comment button.
Well, yeah, it's nice joining you guys here. And for the viewers there, please smash that
having you,
like
man.
button. that subscribe button, and hopefully I'll see you next time. But meantime, watch this three dudes talk about stuff we like to watch, and enjoy it, and comment as well too.
Jong, this is your show. Take it home.
Take it home.
I know.
Okay.
It switched to me.
I know. I kind of. I was
this.
wondering.
Oh shit! I totally
what
forgot
happened
that
here.
like
Me
this is
too.
my stuff. Again, thank you very much. Do not forget youtube.com/+363HP. We love you all, and we hope to see you in the next one. Bye.
Bye.